This is the kind of life many people truly dream of. To give his wife a warm and peaceful home, a man poured all his savings into buying 50 acres of land in the wilderness. After a full year of hard work, he built a beautiful wooden cabin that countless people would envy. The house is fully equipped, and around it he reclaimed farmland, raised seedlings, and grew vegetables. Honestly, it makes you want to move in for a few days yourself. This is Alvin and his wife from Colorado. Tired of the noise and pressure of city life, they moved their whole family to remote Alaska and bought 50 acres of land, determined to build their dream home with their own hands. Alvin chose a perfect spot and began clearing the land, the sound of tools echoing through the forest. But clearing enough space for a house was no easy task, especially with his wife pregnant and unable to help along. So the next day, Alvin bought a used tractor from town. With modern machinery, even the toughest tree stumps quickly gave way. Though it was his first time driving a tractor, this was a wilderness, no traffic, no pressure. And like many men, he quickly mastered it. In just 2 days, they cleared a large open area and dug the foundation pit. After pouring concrete and letting it dry, the foundation of their new home was ready. Even the cleared wood wasn't wasted. Some was sold to a local mill, and the rest was saved as firewood for winter. Time flew by, and before they knew it, winter had arrived. During this season, their family welcomed a new member, turning their life from a couple into a happy family of 3. After a short period of rest, they set off on a journey home together with their baby. As Arvin cleared away the thick snow on the ground, the foundation pit he had dug earlier had already fully hardened. With a newborn to care for, he wanted to shorten the construction time as much as possible, so he decided to purchase prefabricated timber. The pre-carbonized would not only save him extra processing work, but could also be used directly for living. After that, everything was reinforced with concrete, ensuring the structure would stay firm even in extreme weather. Hearing the good news of his daughter's delivery, Arvin's father-in-law traveled a long distance to help. With his invaluable support, the main posts were quickly secured, and Arvin then added wooden edging to the foundation, locking the beams firmly into place. Surrounded by Alaska's winter wonderland, Arvin found the work surprisingly energizing as he laid down OSB panels. While he was busy on the construction site, his wife was just as active, preparing for spring planting ahead. Once Arvin fully covered the platform, the lumber mill delivered the remaining building materials. As truckloads of timber arrived, his wallet quietly protested, but luckily each log was carefully labeled, making the assembly feel almost like building with blocks. By placing insulation between every layer and securing everything with 20-centimeter steel screws, the house gradually took shape, solid, stable, and built to withstand the harsh wilderness. Once the walls reached waist height, he left space for doors and windows to avoid extra work later. Though each day was exhausting, having his son by his side made all the fatigue fade away. They chose this place so their child could grow closer to nature. As the walls rose so high that even 2 tall men struggled to reach the top, Arvin knew it was time to install the attic framework. This space would become their bedroom, so the materials had to be especially strong. To avoid any dangerous slips, he first finished laying the attic floor. Using pre-finished boards made the job quick, but windows were still left open for future lighting before building the gable walls. Compared to the complicated wall work, building the roof was much easier. Arvin first set up the main roof beams, then fixed the rafters in place. With their baby watching below like a tiny supervisor, they worked without any slack. Before long, one side of the roof was finished, while the other followed the same steps. Though without a crane, lifting the heavy ridge beam was still a real challenge. After securing the other side of the rafters, he used a nail gun to create a grid on the roof, preparing everything for the final ceiling stage. For the roofing, Alvin chose metal tiles instead of traditional shingles. This material is lightweight, easy to install, and offers excellent waterproof performance. Although it can be a bit noisy when it rains, the affordable price makes it a trade-off he's happy to accept. With the roof finally taking shape, he can now turn his attention to the interior work. Before anything else, all the electrical wiring and light mounts need to be carefully planned and installed. Only then can insulation be packed into the ceiling, because winters in Alaska are no joke. Without proper insulation, the house would feel like a giant freezer. A plastic vapor barrier is added on top to block cold air and keep fiberglass from spreading. Meanwhile, the ordered panels arrive, and his wife gets busy applying preservative coating. It costs more, but professional installers handle the job, freeing Grandpa to look after the baby. With expert guidance, the work goes smoothly, especially since Alvin wisely pre-installed the chimney outlet for the fireplace, avoiding trouble later on. As spring slowly approaches, Alvin begins to move their planting plans forward while his wife takes care of the baby. With warmer weather, the seeds they carefully nurture have grown into fresh green seedlings, ready to be moved to a better place. To ease his wife's workload, Alvin often steps in to help whenever he can. Carbonized wood, known for its excellent resistance to decay, is used as sturdy posts, while wire mesh fills the gaps to keep curious wildlife out. Given the harsh climate, his wife chooses raised garden beds for plants that can't handle the cold. With such careful planning and teamwork, it won't be long before they're enjoying vegetables grown by their own hands. In resource-rich Alaska, getting meat is surprisingly easy. During the salmon run, a scoop net is enough to catch fish, something many anglers would envy. These fish will become their main food supply for the winter, cleaned and preserved for later use. On the way home, Alvin also finds a strangely shaped tree trunk. Since the house still needs a main support beam, he decides to use it for now, hoping it will look even better after polishing. Next, Alvin works seamlessly with his father-in-law to install the cabin's windows. Thanks to the custom-made sizes, everything fits perfectly, and the large roof window floods the interior with natural light. The solid wooden door, nearly 20 centimeters thick, becomes a reliable shield in the wilderness, strong enough that even a black bear would think twice. Concerned about their daughter's safety on the stairs, the skilled carpenter builds a small platform at the corner, raising the staircase and reducing its steepness. Inspired by his craftsmanship, Alvin steps in, quickly framing interior partitions and sealing them with composite boards to define the kitchen. The stair treads are made from leftover materials, firmly glued in place to ensure safe and steady footing for years to come. Hearing that their son was doing well out in the wild, Alvin's parents finally came to visit. They thought they were coming to relax, but were quickly put to work by their daughter-in-law. His mother took charge of oiling and protecting the exterior walls, while his father focused on massaging and treating the logs, preparing them for a future greenhouse. Once everything was neatly organized, Alvin reluctantly sawed them off. With the free labor gone, progress slowed, but his father-in-law stayed behind, offering guidance and keeping things on track. Encouraged by earlier success, Alvin hauled in another uniquely shaped tree from the forest to serve as a key support for the second floor. After finishing the last ceiling panel, it became clear that surviving the winter comfortably required a proper fireplace, built carefully on a solid base, topped with fireproof tiles, before finally installing the centerpiece of the home. Next, Alvin used wooden boards to seal the open space at the base, improving insulation and keeping snakes and rodents out. Once the exterior was neatly finished, he turned to interior details, choosing wood-grain polyethylene flooring for its durability and easy maintenance. The next day, Alvin picked up a second-hand oven from the used market. Although it was rusty on the outside, all the functions worked perfectly, and after a good cleaning and a fresh coat of paint, it looked almost brand new. To save their limited budget, most of the furniture was bought semi-finished, then painted and assembled by his wife, instantly doubling its value. At this point, their renovation was basically complete, and she couldn't wait to move in. After living in a cramped camper for a full year, the family of three finally settled into their new home. It may not be luxurious, but together, every day ahead feels truly happy.